Hello, and thank you for joining us for this episode of City Council Roundup. I'm your host, Josh Lee.
And I'm Kathleen Pade.
And today we're going to be doing a quick recap from the meeting on Monday, September 16th, 2019. Today we're going to talk about an interlocal agreement between Manville and Pearland PD, the rental of paving equipment, leveraging Brazoria County buying power, and fittings.
Fittings? Boring.
What? No, fittings aren't boring. Yeah, okay, maybe the fittings themselves are boring, but how we buy them is interesting, and that's what we're going to cover today. So, the first item we want to cover is an interlocal agreement between the Pearland Police Department and the Manville Police Department. This is an agreement that would allow Manville Police Department to utilize the system that we use for computer-aided dispatch, records management, and their mobile computer system. It's an upgrade in software for Manville, but it also streamlines information sharing between the two departments for better situational awareness and cross-city collaboration and location between officers on patrol.
The second item we want to talk about is the rental of paving equipment leveraging a contract that Brazoria County negotiated in May of 2018. This contract will allow us to rent a sheepfoot roller, a smooth roller, a reclamator, and a pneumatic roller from RB Everett & Company at a lower cost than we would be able to accomplish on our own from now until September 2020. Roads with the lowest pavement condition index,
PCI for those playing the acronym at home version of the game.
Are scheduled for repaving as part of the FY20 paving plan.
Finally, the fitting contracts. There were 3 separate contracts for fittings, couplings, and valves that will allow Public Works to purchase parts for water and sewer line maintenance. As you can imagine in the South Texas clay, there's a lot of movement and the need for repairs and thus parts is frequent. They were separated into 3 contracts to capitalize economies of scale by grouping the parts into packages such as meter boxes, couplings, and tapping saddles, things of that nature, that were all sent out for a competitive bid. Public Works selected 3 different vendors based on the lowest unit price for each package for the full list of parts. This is a time-consuming effort, but the result is that it saves money for Pearland residents while providing high-quality parts to keep water and sewer lines running smoothly in the city. The last thing we wanted to make sure we mentioned was the first reading of the tax rate and budget ordinance for the fiscal year 2020. They both passed, so they'll be up again next week for the second reading. We won't cover it in much detail here, but to catch up on the budget, click up here to watch the latest Budget Blitz. So that's all we wanted to cover today.
Thanks for joining us. We hope that this series makes this information easy to understand and useful for those interested in Pearland government.
As always, you can find links to more detailed information below or by visiting pearlandtx.gov. Leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions.
Click here to watch the last City Council Roundup or here to subscribe to the channel.